Welcome to the story of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, like you've never heard it before.
This story isn't told to you by the one Dragonborn that masters all, but told to you through the eyes of many different characters.
From soldiers in the Civil War seeking peace and order,
to seeking freedom and to remove the weakness from her lands.
From those cursed by the night, seeking to be the vigil in the darkness.
To warriors seeking honor, glory, and companionship.
To a shapeshifter and worshipper of the Daedra who seeks to live a life as a warrior.
To a mage seeking power and the arcane knowledge of Aetherius.
To assassins seeking fear and bringing the cold touch of Sithis.
To thieves seeking wealth beyond measure.
We all hope you enjoy
this story
of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Episode 2, Child of Snow and Sorrow.
Previously, we had headed out on another dragon word hunt, something we had done many times. You could have said it was going to be another run-of-the-mill day. Well, if you can call following the Dragonborn run-of-the-mill, that is. I mean, if a normal boring day is usually traveling across Skyrim and slaying dragons, then you're not living enough. Nothing feels better than putting those big flying bastards into the ground. They think they're so strong up in the sky, until their bones get close enough to kiss my ass. But it wasn't an ordinary day. On the way into Yalmarch for this word, we came across scores of corpses and a cold fiercer than the winters of Skyrim, and it was pretty much summer in Skyrim. These Draugr had slaughtered the Legion in their own damn fort, and I'd never seen corpses that strong. I was born here in Skyrim. The winters are why my father decided to move back to Hammerfell, because the corpses would wander the lands during the blizzards of winter. As soon as we cleaned out the fort, we spotted one of those dragons flying over Morthal, and Ragni, being Ragni, ran straight in that direction. I like her ferocity. She might look soft, but damn, she has a burning rage inside her. We ran as fast as we could and cut down anything in our way. The city was under attack from the dead, and we laid into those smelly bastards. One by one, we put them back where they belonged, on the ground. Eventually, that dragon came down to play, and I can say this one put up a damn good fight. This overgrown lizard just refused to die. It flew off, decided it had had enough, and didn't want to end up as food like the rest of its kind that tried us. Even after the dragon flew off, we still suffered attacks from the dead. They just kept coming. And by the time we arrived, the guard and anyone else had been killed. We couldn't leave. Ragni wouldn't leave the people of Morthal defenseless. We went to sort out a plan to figure out what in Oblivion was going on. Minerva, who had been away trying to see if she could find a cure for Senturos, mentioned that they could be coming from a nearby Nordic tomb, one she had been to long before all of this. But the thing was, Cecilia had sent me, Freya, and the Shadow to scout it all out the day before. And we did. And there was nothing there. Completely empty. This was the same tomb we were after for this word of power. Still, we all agreed we couldn't stay in Morthal and just fight off hordes of Draugr. So we gathered those we could and set off. And it was true. There was an army of them. There's not much fun in killing corpses. But when there's a lot of them, well, that changes things. We cut our way through them all the way to the end, where we found one of those dragon liches. We turned that to ash. And there Ragni had found the word she was after. I don't remember what power it was, but it was something useful, no doubt. In the chaos of that day, we had no idea what we walked ourselves into. And with that, we lost a lot of those that followed us. Every last one of them fought hard and earned their place in the gods' halls. Even those damn Thalmor that helped us. We had almost lost Freya, too. She took an arrow in the one place she wasn't wearing armor, and it was an old rusty Draugr arrow. But thankfully Minerva had saved her. If there's one thing in this life I've been wrong about, it's elves and magic. Well, two things. While we were there, Ragni had asked Cecilia to go back to Solitude and help Senturos with his cure, and she agreed, as long as Minerva stayed close to Freya. So we had Cecilia and Serana leave while the rest of us stayed behind to defend Morthal until more Legion troops arrived. The next day had arrived, and it was the day of the wedding in Solitude, one that came to be because of the peace treaty Ragni created with the Empire and the Stormcloaks. Two lovers on opposite sides of the war, or something. Ragni wasn't going to go, but Minerva convinced her to attend, that we had everything under control, that she should enjoy this small moment of peace she helped create. Ragni decided to attend, but only after she had buried the fallen. And in that time, Minerva had asked me to gather some of our fighters and deliver her safely to Solitude. And that's what I did. We marched back up Hafingar in the wet and got her safely back to Solitude to attend this wedding. She was excited to go. She's a little soft, or more naturally has a big heart, so I knew this would do some good for her, after the day before, and everything she's had to suffer being what she is. Once I got her to Solitude and knew she was safe, I made my way back to Morthal, back to Minerva, to make sure the place was safe until the Legion would arrive. And those useless bastards still hadn't arrived by the time I got back, or even by the afternoon. We received word by Karsten, one of Senturos' vanguards, that a cohort, or whatever they are, was sent to Morthal, but they just vanished. So nobody arrived so we could leave, and me and Minerva, we both had this sinking feeling in our guts that something was wrong, and it pointed in the direction of Solitude. But we couldn't just leave Freya behind. After all, Cecilia and Serana were there in Solitude. Karsten had sent word that new forces were being assembled to relieve us, so we just had to wait. And as we waited, that feeling became worse. But later on that night, Cecilia came back. She came to check on Freya, and told us that she had saved Senturos, that she too had a sinking feeling in her guts about Solitude. She also came back to see if she could finally cure Senturos so she could return to Ragni, even threatening that if she couldn't cure him, it would be better to kill him. I couldn't believe what I had heard, and I was even more surprised that Minerva put her in her place. I swear to the gods I'm in love with that woman. I wouldn't really know since I've never been in love, but each day she becomes even hotter than the day before. She defended Senturos, saying that he didn't deserve to be treated like that, and I agreed. He was one of us after all. Minerva gave her that Reachman dagger that had messed up Senturos and told her to bring it close to him. If it did nothing, then cure him, but if it did, help him. Cecilia admitted she was a little harsh and agreed, but said she would only give him 2 weeks. That she would be back shortly if nothing was to happen. But that was last night, so I guess Senturos has 2 weeks to impress the unimpressible. 2 weeks training for a vampire. The poor bastard is set to fail. But he's a strong one, knew it since the first day we met, when we stood side by side in the Battle of Whiterun. But as for me, I'm stuck playing guard for Morthal until the Empire arrives. After Cecilia's visit last night, Minerva decided to travel to Solitude. If Cecilia and both of us had a bad feeling, she knew it had to mean something. She's always been close to Ragni, taught her how to use magic, and generally looked out for her. She's got a kinder heart than most, and she's a damn high elf. I'm lucky to have her. Or even if I don't have her, to be close to somebody like that. All of us are lucky to have someone with such skill and with such respect for magic. That damn dragon, why does it just stay up there? I don't like it. It could have joined in with the other one, but it just flies around up there. No doubt a problem for another day. Well, I'll worry about today's problems. Waiting for the Empire to hurry up so we can get back to Solitude. I don't like waiting here, not knowing what in oblivion is going on out there. Still, I promised Minerva I'd keep things in check until she sends word, so I'll do that. Hopefully that won't be long, or I'll lose my mind. Ragni, he's been quiet since Senturos' replacement died. You all right, Ragni? You still upset about that? What was her name? Julia? We've buried her beside the others. She can rest now. This is what she would have wanted anyway. A good death.
I know. But she didn't need to die. If I had paid attention to her a little more, maybe she'd be alive to fight another day. She deserved better than to bleed out in her sleep.
Look, she lived by the sword, and the fact she made it into her 50s and was still able to fight in a war and defeat dragons shows how skilled she was. And she died by the sword, not being torn apart on the battlefield, but asleep in Arkay's embrace. This is what she would have wanted.
Arkay? I didn't take you for a holy man, Tonraq. I'm surprised, truly. But yes, of course you're right. I guess I'll just miss her is all. She was a good warrior and a good friend.
First time someone's called me a holy man. No, I've never given a stuff about the divines. My people back in Hammerfell are big with RK. I'm just his instrument of death. I send him souls, and so far he hasn't claimed me. So it's a nice little exchange.
Yes, I've heard. I served with a Redguard from Hammerfell in the Order. It was even considered sacrilege to kill the undead, that even walking they were to be treated with the highest of respects. We're all here because of the divines, Tonraq. If ever you wish to learn more, come and seek me out.
Well, only if it's over a drink. And you don't drink, Ragni. I prefer the instrument to the servant. They sent me here to kill things, so I'll leave it there. Now I've got to go and sort out all of these damn soldiers. Get ready to move out. We'll be leaving soon.
We are leaving. Are we going back to Ragni? It would be nice to be closer to her, to make sure she is well.
Yes, we'll be heading back to Solitude soon. I just have to make sure these three sides can work together until the Imperials arrive. But yes, we'll be moving out within a couple of hours. Get your stuff ready. Now I have to make sure these three can work together, but as of now, the place is clear. I'm tired of sitting around here. I need to get back to Solitude. Can't leave it if these three are trying to kill each other, though. Well, I've done my little patrol and everything is all clear. I know we promised we'd stay until the Empire arrived, but I need to get back to the Dragonborn. I'll be leaving the Imperials, the Stormcloaks, and the Thalmor behind until the Empire arrives.
I can work with these faithless Imperials, that's no problem. But Talos be damned if I'll be working with these pointy-eared Thalmor bastards. There's no peace treaty with them. I will not be left behind with this elven whore and her soldiers. This is an Imperial hold, and I'll be damned before I stand shoulder to shoulder with the likes of them. My men won't stay either.
For one, I don't give a skeever's ass what you think. Nobody likes the Thalmor. We all know that. But at least they stood here and spilled blood on this ground while your lot hid like cowards in an Imperial fort. You will stay here, and you will work with them. Or you can march your sorry hide back to Windhelm and tell your king in the east that he can kiss the Dragonborn goodbye when the war starts up again. The dragons and their corpses don't care about the shape of your ears, or what gods you worship. They won't discriminate, so swallow your pride. Play nice for now, and when this is all over, you can go back to killing each other all over again. But right now, you will stand together, or you will die alone.
Nicely said, Harbinger. It is true. It's a war between life and death. Divided, the dragons will pick us off easily. But you said you're leaving us, heading towards Solitude, because I feel a darkness over Hafengar. As have you, no doubt.
Oh, yes. How in the... Well, another hour or two, and I'll be leading mine out of here towards Solitude. I just can't wait here, not knowing what's going on. But I'll leave these soldiers to safeguard things when I leave.
Don't worry. I'll make sure Morthal is secure. I'll get these two to work together, place them on different sides. Morthal will be safe. That I swear on.
Good. This is an Imperial hold after all. You're in charge. I need to go and check on Freya before I leave. Thalmor, you come with me for a moment.
Before you go, warrior, remember what I said yesterday. When she's surrounded by darkness, know that only you and your friends can lead her back into the light.
Huh? Back into the light? She? Minerva was right. Age has rattled that brain of yours, old girl. Now follow me, Thalmor. We need to have some words before I go. I don't want to leave Freya here alone. She shouldn't wake and find none of us here. But Minerva said the worst of her injuries are healed. All she needs is to be kept asleep so her body can heal. And being a pure-born werewolf, that will be quicker than us. Now if these elves want to join us, they can look after one of us while we're not here. They have mages, and these elves should be able to keep her asleep and mend her if she needs it. Octavia will no doubt stay by her side, so she won't be alone surrounded by Thalmor. But I need to make one thing crystal clear to this elf. To keep Freya safe, at all cost. Then maybe even I could get behind them joining us. Even thinking about that makes me want to vomit. But the more fighters, the better, I guess. Even if they are wretched elves. Who's this one? Saw her out there fighting in Morthal. Fancy blade, that one. That's one strange-looking blade you have there. Saw you fighting out there with us. You're not one of mine, so who are you?
I'm Isa. I live here in Morthal. I was just checking on Freya. She's an old friend of mine. She helped me once.
Another old friend of Freya's. I swear, if Freya was a man, the Nords of Skyrim would all be werewolves, and there'd be another 1,000 more of them.
Huh? Oh no, not like that. She certainly tried. I was a bandit. She saved my life and helped me avenge my friend. It's how I got this blade. She helped me out, and we did jobs together here and there.
Well, a friend of Freya's is a friend of mine. Nice to meet you, Isa. I'm Tonraq. Like I said before, you handled yourself pretty well out there. If you're interested, we could always use more like you. Those with skill and a willingness to fight. How about it?
Well, I had just retired. I've spent the last year saving to buy the property and rebuild the house. I put that life behind me. I was just starting to work at the inn. But then that dragon almost took out my house and destroyed the inn. I still owe Freya one, I guess. So, I'm in. Was going to get bored anyway. So what do we do now?
Go home, get the things you can carry, and lock up. Because within the hour we're heading off to Solitude. How life comes full circle. All those we met on our paths. How they end up joining us later on. Now I need to make sure she's good before we leave. So how is Freya and the others doing? I'm not one to question Minerva in the forms of magic, but will Freya be okay if we leave her here? If she stays asleep?
Yes, Freya will heal naturally if she gets plenty of rest. Minerva is a very talented mage. Knew it since the first time I met her. Both Freya and the other wolf need rest. They'll heal quicker that way.
Okay then, what about Borka? How's she looking?
Angrily, normally. Never met anybody that didn't want to get better. But what would I expect from such a people as the Orsima? I've mended her ribs as best as she will allow me. She's told me she wishes to heal naturally.
Well, I suggest we let her do just that. If it's not life-threatening, let her. We don't want to make her angry. That's one big hammer after all. Well, like I said, we're heading off within the hour, so do what you can for her. Cast one of those sleeping spells or whatever. I'll be having a word with the Thalmor who will be taking over when we leave.
I know we're set to leave soon, but can I stay with Freya? I've known her since we were young. And if the Thalmor are taking over, it might be best to have both Octavia and me here watching over her.
Yeah, of course. The more the better. Watch those Thalmor. Make sure you're around Freya every time they are. Speaking of, I'd better go and talk to this elf. Look after her. It's you and Octavia that will be here. All right. Where is this Thalmor? What is she doing? I told her to follow me, and with ears that big, she definitely heard me. Ah, she's talking to Ragni, isn't she? That's not good. Is there anybody in Tamriel that likes the Thalmor? They make Nazim look like good company. Well, before he died. I told you to follow me, not make conversation with my people. If you can't follow a simple instruction, what hope in oblivion do you have of following the Dragonborn?
Oh, don't worry, Tonraq. We were just catching up, telling old war stories. We were just having a conversation about the 9 divines, and that I'd be more than willing to teach her about Talos.
Ah, your offer earlier. I'll take it. Only if it's you and her speaking about Talos. Now that's something I can drink to.
Are you quite done trying to antagonize me? Or is there something serious you wish to speak about? I'm not here to have my time wasted by fools.
Watch who you're calling a fool. You're the idiot who decided to have a conversation with a former enemy. Well, that's everyone in this room. When I say follow, an elf should just follow. You're not one of us, and if you want to be, you'll do what you're damn told.
I bled alongside you and your people. I lost my men. They were my friends. I've earned the right to be here. Are you going to have it out for me just because I'm with the Thalmor? Does fighting and bleeding beside you earn no respect?
I don't like your attitude. Remember what Ragni said. You're not in yet. And if you do want in, having her most trusted support will help. So don't be an idiot and lose my favor.
Fine. What is it you want? What could I possibly do to earn favor and fellowship with the Dragonborn and your friends? I will not beg or submit to the worship of Talos if that is your plan.
If I wanted you to submit to Talos, it would be right before I kill you. That is what I'll do then. But as of now, you will stay here and have your mage look after Freya. And when she wakes, you will help her. Do whatever she needs. Even if she wants her toes cleaned with your tongue, you will do it. That way you gain my favor, and Freya's when she wakes. That way you can show Ragni that you can work with her friends. Nobody likes you, so the best thing you can do is at least try to get us to like you. I don't care about Talos. What I care about is Freya. Look after her, and you will have my support.
Without licking her toes. That was only a joke. By the 9, you and Freya are two sides of the same damned coin.
So look after this Freya. Well, that doesn't sound too hard. If it helps with your support, I can do that.
Ha! You haven't met Freya yet. You wait. After that, you might not want to join us. And before you decide to slip a blade into her throat because she's annoying you, remember her mother is a 200-year-old vampire who survived the Oblivion Crisis. Might even gain her support too. Well, it's time to go get everything ready. I'll be glad to get out of here. Haven't been this sober. Ever. I need to get back to Solitude. I feel like I'm being pulled, and yet I'm stuck. Well, not for long. Finally, on the road out of here. It's only been 2 nights, and it feels like I've been here forever. I hope everything is well, that Ragni had a good time, but something in my guts is telling me otherwise. I feel alone, lost, broken, but I know I'm not. I had a dream last night. There was no light, just darkness, but I could see a shadow walking around me. I couldn't see his face, but somehow I knew he was smiling at me. And even though it was dark, I could only see blood. I couldn't move. I couldn't even blink. I woke up with sweat so cold it felt like I was stuck out in the middle of a blizzard. And I worry, because Minerva went in that direction. And Ragni. I don't know what I'm walking into. I want it to be good, like nothing's happened. But I know better. And I don't know. I just don't know. I feel helpless somehow. The very same feeling I had when I came across my mother's body after she was beaten to death. I don't think I can deal with that sort of pain again. The closer I get to Solitude, the more I feel dread. Maybe this is just what being sober feels like. Maybe I've just been around all these mad bastards talking about fate for too long. Everything is well. We'll arrive in Solitude. I'll be able to see Minerva again and find out how the wedding went. I'm even excited to hear all about it from Ragni. If you would have told me 7 years ago while I was in Hammerfell with the sand between my toes that I would have ended up back in Skyrim as the harbinger of the companions and a dragon slayer, I would have taken out a few teeth and brought you a few rums. And there is no place on Tamriel I'd rather be than by Ragni's side, charging into battle. If she told me to fight a dragon on my own, you can damn well bet I would. There is nothing I wouldn't do for that girl. Sure, the first time I laid eyes on her in that strange temple, I imagined myself bedding her, no doubt like every man did. But now, when I look at her, I just smile, because I know I'm in the right place. I know she's the right person to lead us out of all of this. But the thing is, do I want this to end? No, not really. I mean, I've never felt more alive. I've always charged into undefeatable battles just for the joy of it. Can I survive this? What's next after dragons? I can't even imagine a day where we all go our own ways again. I just can't go back to Jorvaskr, even Minerva. I don't wanna lose her. Hell, I'll even move to the college if I need to, if she'll let me. Ah, damn it, Tonraq. You're meant to be a man. Never let the ladies get inside your head, even more so a damn elf. But how could I not? She's an enchantress, and never in my life have I met a woman like that. A woman with such kindness and such strength. I don't know what it is about her that just draws me in. She's kind, but fair. She doesn't act like everything is about being a mage. She feels very authentic. Like even without her magic, she'd still be the best person in the room to know. Just imagine if my men back in Hammerfell knew I felt this way about a high elf. They would have tried to kill me sooner. And truth be told, I might have let them. I just know that I'm in the right place. That this is where I was always meant to be. That feeling, it's still there. Like I'm walking into a wolf's den without a weapon. And now I can hear the growling. It's way too empty here. I've only seen one Imperial. Where are all the guards? I don't like this. I can feel something about to happen. Like something is coming for me. But wait, a courier? Minerva's courier.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. It's from an elf lady in Solitude. She told me to find you. Said I'd find you in Morthal. Saves me a trip into that place. Because after what I just saw in Solitude, the last thing I want to walk into is those marshes.
Wait, what do you mean? What did you just see in Solitude?
You don't know? I'm the first courier you've met? There's so many of us spreading the word. Solitude was attacked last night. The bride was assassinated, and the Imperial Guard was wiped out. The Dragonborn was attacked, but she survived, thankfully. But one of her companions has been killed. The place was filled with so much blood. It was horrible.
What? Oh no. Everyone on me. We need to get to Solitude. Now.
When first you breathe the winter air, little child of frost and flame, I watched you sleeping in the marsh before the world had learned your name. Your mother's hands, your sister's smile, a heart that warmed the frozen night, all swept away by fangs and fire before you learned to hold the light. Oh, my sorrowed one, daughter wandering alone, I held you in the hollow wind when all you loved was gone. Though you never heard my voice, still I followed where you'd roam, for the child born of storm and grief should never walk alone. Your father, scarred by distant war, raised a sword in trembling hands, not to fight the Empire's foes, but darkness creeping through his lands. He shaped you hard as a winter stone, for fear he'd leave you one day too. And when he fell, he begged the sky to watch his daughter as he do. Oh, my sorrowed one, daughter, wander, wander alone, I held you in the hollow wind when all you loved was gone. Though you never heard my voice, still I followed where you would roam, for the child born of storm and grief should never walk alone. You chased a song you shared in youth, a sister's dream, a promise kept, to join the halls where music lives, where wounded hearts may safely rest. Yet winter came with hungry eyes, the same that stole your world before, and fear and fate pulled hard on you to take up arms instead of lore. You found a soul in shadowed chains, save a world that never knew the weight of all the blood you shed, the cost that fell on only you. And when she freed you from that fate and kissed you on the moonlit span, I wept, my child, to see at last your heart held softly by a hand. But destiny, both cruel and vast, tore you from where your spirit healed. The ancient fire awoke within, a truth no mortal heart can shield. You left your love to walk the sky, to shout where only dragons fly. And though you feared the path ahead, still onward did my daughter stride. Then shadow struck with sharpened will, a stolen power, stolen breath, your love reduced to drifting ash. Your friend drew through the blood and smoke, your heartbeat breaking into stone. On the world still called your name, my child, you stood alone. Oh, my sorrowed one, daughter carved from storm-worn bone. Your tears have soaked the northern winds, your cries have split the stone. But hear me now, beloved child, you bear a pain the gods have known. Though the world may break your heart, you never walk alone. Rest, Ragni, wherever you wander. My wind is at your side.
What is this? Let me through. Make way. What's happened here? Let me through. I need to see the Dragonborn.
Nobody is allowed past this point unless you're part of the Legion. Turn back around. Castle Dower is off limits to the public until it's cleared.
What do you mean, cleared? What happened here? I'm with the Dragonborn. Somebody better start telling me something, or I'm going right through you too.
There was an assassination last night. Vittoria Vici and her husband were murdered, along with most of the Imperial Guard. So you can't go through until the area is cleaned.
What about Ragni, the Dragonborn? She was here yesterday attending that wedding. Please tell us she's okay.
Get out of my way right now, because I'm going in there. Either past you, or over your cold, dead bodies. I need to see. Get out of my way. Last and final warning.
Enough. He's one of the Dragonborns. He can pass. Let them through. Ragni is alive, but she was attacked. There is much to tell you. Follow me.
Where is Minerva, and where is Ragni?
They're both in the Temple of the Divines. Let me take you to them. We can discuss things further there. Come, I'll take you to them. What happened last night was horrific. I could never have imagined something like this happening here in Solitude. It has always felt so safe and secure. And what transpired here last night really showed us how exposed we are. That not even the Emperor's own cousin was safe, even with an entire legion here guarding her on her special day.
What in the... How many assassins could do all of this? Kill off an entire legion of men?
Huh? Oh, yes. That's the most terrifying thing about all of this. It was only one assassin. How one person could do all of this, hold such terrible power.
Wait, you're telling me there was only one assassin? One person did all of this? How in oblivion is that even possible? Who could be powerful enough to turn your legion into chum?
A vampire. One like Serana. He turned into the same kind of beast Serana became when she was fighting dragons. He killed almost everyone. Cut down anyone in his path. This is the second run of these carriages for the remains.
How could this happen? How could there be such a waste of life like this? Julia, and now these men. When will the bloodshed end? Arche mourns for the souls he must welcome into the halls of the dead.
Prefect Quintilius, Minerva told me. I will miss her. She was a great woman and a good commander. I wouldn't be what I am without her. But I know this is what she wanted, to die in battle, for a cause worth dying for.
Yeah, I'm sorry about her. She was a damn fine soldier. She was great when we went into the Reach. She wasn't around for too long, but she certainly won't be forgotten. But you said this assassin, it was a vampire like Serana, a pureborn?
Yes, Baron's boy saw it all. He saw a giant bat-like creature slaughtering the men. He even saw this assassin kill Serana and your friend, the Nightingale.
What? What do you mean they're dead? There's no damn way that anybody could take on Serana and the Nightingale. You better be lying to me, or so help me by Stendarr, I will.
What about Ragni? You said she was attacked. Please, tell us she's okay. Losing Serana, that will... She won't take that well.
Yes, she was attacked by the assassin, but he didn't kill her. Well, that's what Minerva believes. She's in the Temple of the Divines. Let me take you to her. You need to see for yourself. Follow me.
Take us to her now. She'd better not be crippled or near death, or I swear to RK and Stendarr that I will finish what this damn monster started. Another damn vampire. I thought we wiped all of them out at that castle. Damn it. Serana and the Shadow. How could one damn vampire do all of this? Ragni. That wedding was meant to be something she could be proud of. Something that could give her some hope and happiness in all of this. Never thought anything like this could happen. Damn it, Cecilia was right. And Serana, I thought she was with Cecilia helping Senturos. What in the sands was she doing here? This is going to destroy Ragni, the wedding she helped create, and losing Serana. Gods, they were both kind of annoying to be around. Always all lovey-dovey, but there was no ignoring how much they loved each other.
We've turned the temple into a temporary medical station. Those who survived were badly hurt, including Ragni. Your friend Minerva saved who she could. I dare say we would have lost more if she hadn't arrived when she did. Not many survived, and a few of them have succumbed to their injuries. But she was able to heal Ragni. She is alive, and her bleeding has been stopped. But she's in a sleep, one we can't wake her from. Let me show you. She's over here. She's safe. Like I was saying, she's been asleep since Minerva found her. Even though she's healed, she won't wake. It's like she just refuses to get up.
She can't wake? What's wrong with her? Oh, it's good to see your face again. After all of this, I'm happy to hear you were still alive and unharmed, Minerva. Truly. What's happened? What's wrong with Ragni? Will she live through this?
Just 1 second, please. You can ask your questions after.
What was that? You've never shown that sort of affection to me, in front of people before.
I'm just glad to see you, Tonraq. After the night I've had, I've not slept. It was horrible. When I saw her, I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest. I couldn't breathe.
It's okay, Minerva. She's safe now because of you. Tell me what happened from the start.
It was soon after I left. After Cecilia's visit worried me. Getting close to Solitude, I felt this sharpness in my chest. Like I couldn't breathe. I felt panic, and it was like it was pulling me into the city. When I got inside, there were no guards, not outside or in. It felt cold, but not a cold you feel on the outside. It was like this cold could only be felt within. And just before I reached the courtyard, I found a dead Imperial soldier. It was so quiet, so cold, so void of life. My heart started to race with panic. I ran into the courtyard near where this wedding was taking place, and it was filled with the dead. A night that was meant to be filled with celebration, reduced to silence. It was there I saw her. I saw Ragni lying near the dead beside the fire, beside the nightingale's body. There were so many dead, so many injured. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Ragni. I felt such incredible pain, like nothing I had ever felt before. Never in my life have I been so scared. Never. And I faced artifacts of the gods and metal soulless men. She wasn't killed. Only the back of her legs were cut up, like the assassin didn't want to kill her, but immobilize her. I dragged her out of the cold and into here, and then more started being dragged in. Not all of them survived. As much as I feel guilty to say this, I didn't focus on them. I left the injured soldiers to the priest. My main focus was on Ragni. The assassin had cut up her legs. For some reason, he didn't kill her, and for that I should just be thankful. His precision was so fine that all these cuts did was stop her from moving, and the blades were so sharp that it was easy to mend her flesh back together. He didn't want to kill her. For some reason, he only stopped her from fighting back. A mercy he didn't show the Nightingale or Serana.
The Nightingale and Serana, they sometimes annoyed me, but they were one of us. One of us, damn it! When I find that assassin, I'm going to rip him apart with my bare hands. And where in oblivion were you and Sigund? You were left here to protect her, and now she lies on a damn bed, injured beyond any repair. Do you not both understand that she is single-handedly the most important person in all of Skyrim, and to us? Why weren't you with her? You never leave her side. She must always be protected.
You're right. It was my responsibility to safeguard her here. We never expected anything to go wrong. And in doing so, we failed Ragni and Vittoria. Truly, I am sorry. I truly am.
Tonraq, please stop this. It's none of their faults. It's whatever monster did this. Sigund and Karsten aren't to blame for what happened to Ragni. If they were both with her, it wouldn't just be the Nightingale and Serana we'd be saying goodbye to. So please, let's keep our voices and our tempers. Hold on a second. Marillia? What are you doing here? What are you doing here in Solitude? Last I heard you were with Ayla's forces. What's going on?
Oh, I might ask you the same thing. What was that bloodbath I ran past? Is the war back on? What happened to the Dragonborn?
Who in oblivion are you? Can't you see we're dealing with something here? What do you want?
Calm yourself. She's one of mine. She's from the college, part of the expeditionary forces. Marillia, what are you doing here? I don't mean to be rude, but we're in the middle of something, as you can see. The Dragonborn has been injured.
Yes, I can see. That's terrible. But I'm afraid I bring more bad news. Ilya sent me. We were in the Rift. Majol the Lioness was given command to set up base there to deter or hunt dragons, or await the Dragonborn. Riften was attacked by Draugr, a large number of them. After we fought off the Draugr the next day, Mjol took a large group out on a job. They never came back. Well, Ilya did. She said they were cut off and surrounded by Draugr in a cave southeast of Riften. We tried to get the Jarl's help, but she wouldn't speak to Ilya. So she sent me. And that was 2 days ago. But I got held up by vigilance. I told them who I was with, but they didn't care, so we could have an issue with them. I killed a few of them escaping.
Wait, what? Riften was attacked too? 2 days ago. Same time Morthal got attacked. I was there when it happened. They took out the fort and besieged the city. And the Jarl wouldn't speak to you, Maven. She's here in Solitude. And you're saying people were fighting with them, like living people? Well, that is extremely worrying. Follow me somewhere more private and tell me everything. Tonraq, follow us. We need to hear what's happened. We went and sat down and listened to Marillia. She told us that Majol had been sent to the Rift to set up a base there for the Dragonborn. I remembered Ragni's wish to send her forces across Skyrim to protect it, because as far as I know, they just stayed at Cecilia's castle until they were called to help us. She tells us that she volunteered to travel with Mjol. Ayla the Huntress had sent them there after their first dragon hunt, and from what I've read, they did manage to kill the dragon, but with heavy losses. Soon after they arrived in the Rift, they found Riften under attack by the Draugr, just like we did in Morthal. It seems like that attack was coordinated all across Skyrim. If it happened in Morthal and the Rift, where else did it happen? She tells me that Ayla has turned Ragni's forces into the Companions. So the next day, Majol went out on a job, something to keep them paid and battle-ready in case of a dragon attack. Marillia didn't go with them. She was part of the forces that stayed behind to safeguard Riften. She tells us that Ilia did go with Majol, and the place they went for a mercenary job was filled with Draugr. It was meant to be a bandit hideout. But there they found an army of the dead, and even more worrying, a man fighting with them. Ilia believes this is the dragon cult, or at least a new one. She reports that before they could leave, they were set upon by another army of Draugr. She tells me they lost some in the fight, but many were wounded. And before they could get back to Riften, another army of Draugr had cut off their path into the city. It forced Ragni's forces back into the cave, cutting them off, where they had to fight one last battle just to get someone out, to find help. That was Ilia, one of mine. I'm told she ran back to Riften and tried to see the Jarl, but was refused and threatened. So Marillia tells me Ilia sent her instead, believing I could get the Dragonborn's help to save our people. This was 2 days ago, before all of this. None of them know what's happened. That Ragni won't be helping anybody soon. There was nothing we could do. We couldn't help, but we also can't leave them behind. We're going to have to talk to the General. We need to send help. And from what we know, the Rift is under control of the Empire. So we talked to Karsten about this. Now that Julia has died, I guess he's now in command of Ragni's Imperial forces. We've had him go and set up a meeting with General Tullius. There, we'll sort out this problem in Riften. We can't help them. Ragni can't. And we can't leave her side while she's like this. But we have to do something. I can't rely on Maven. She's here in Solitude, and she wouldn't even help when she was in Riften. One of my mages is her court wizard, and she's got nothing nice to say about the woman. So this will have to be done by the Empire. We have to let the Empire know what's happened. Maybe they could even send Karsten with his soldiers, and a few of our own, to rescue our people. After a few hours of waiting around, we got the all clear to go and see the General. It's hard to imagine that not even 24 hours ago there were two newlyweds, so excited about spending the rest of their lives together, before some monster murdered them. Moments like these are meant to be remembered for all the right reasons. But this, I fear this will be long remembered as another dark day in the history of this city. Well, we'd better get a move on. The General needs to know as soon as possible, and then we can sort some of our own to go with the Imperials to help. Wow, the Imperials clean up fast. It's weird seeing it like this again. Peaceful. All I can see is blood and bodies, death and sorrow. I can see Ragni and Serana sitting there after coming back from the Reach, and it hurts to know that Serana is in there, ash amongst the fire. For a vampire, she had a good heart, one that carried Ragni through dark times. I will miss her. I fear what will become of Ragni with Serana's loss. for the sun has lost its moon. The balance we had is all but gone. Okay, let's deal with today's problems. Now it's me going to see the Imperials after refusing them all the time during the war. So this is Castle Dower. Not as fancy as I expected it to be. The heart of the war in the west, where the old send the young to die. Karsten might become our new Imperial ally after Julia. I hope he's as skilled as the last two, for his sake. It seems to be a position of doom.
With the death of the Emperor's cousin, this falls on your head, Tullius. What was meant to be months of planning for the Emperor's visit to Skyrim after the war will now happen in mere weeks, after the assassination of his own kin. The Emperor will not be pleased. Even now, word is being sent to him as we speak. And when he finds out his cousin has been murdered on your watch, he isn't going to be pleased. He's going to want to come here to say goodbye to his family, and no doubt have a talk with you. This makes my job all the more difficult. We will have barely any time to prepare for his visit. In troubled times like these, with war, and now damn dragons. What makes it even more distressing is I find out a Stormcloak traitor came in here to warn you about a vampire, and you did nothing. Our enemies warned us. Do you understand how bad this makes us look to the people of Skyrim? I thought this was an Imperial castle. I'm not surprised just anybody can walk through, with the lack of security this city has. Who are you, and what do you want, citizen?
They were invited. This is Minerva, Archmage of the College of Winterhold, and Tonraq, Harbinger of the Companions of Jorvaskr. They are companions of the Dragonborn.
Oh, forgive me. Things are a little tense as of now. I've heard many great things about both of you and the Dragonborn, and I'm sorry for what's happened to her. Please know that this lack of security will be rectified, and that we will assist your Dragonborn in any way we can.
Well, thank you. That is actually why we're here. I've received bad news from the Rift, that a group of our fighters have been trapped by the Draugr and need help, but the Dragonborn isn't able to help them. We can't.
The Rift is under Imperial control, so we need you to send word, and some troops, with us to help our people. I'll go with them, with some of my own, and we can get them out.
I'm afraid not. With the death of the Emperor's cousin, he will no doubt be on his way to Skyrim as soon as he finds out. And with Solitude being where he'll be staying, I need every remaining Imperial soldier here. And after last night, even the ones given to your Dragonborn must stay.
Are you serious? You just offered to help us. Then you tell us not even the Imperials who fight with us can help. This is why the people of Skyrim fight against you. You're fools! You leave them to die just to protect one man. What did I expect from a crumbling, weak empire? You can't even defend your own capital here in Skyrim, or protect the most important person in Tamriel, who now lies wounded on a bed even after you were warned. I can now see clearly why Sigund and her people fight you, because they wish to be free of your weakness. I'll be sure to tell Ragni how useless the Empire was in trying to save the people who came to fight for her.
That sounds a lot like treason. Remember where you are, Archmage, and that your position beside the Dragonborn doesn't make you exempt from punishment for high treason.
Treason? I was born in Alinor, you fool. I'm not even one of your citizens. Don't threaten me, Chromie, or I might lend my magic to the Stormcloaks after all of this.
This conversation is over. I will hear no more of it. And as for you, General, I will be sending one of my own across Skyrim soon to check on the other hold's security, as I am ordered, even with this damn undead outbreak. Make sure our holds are up to par before the Emperor's visit. I don't have to tell you how important it is to get Solitude back in working order. This will be the Emperor's home while he's here. So make sure this place is impenetrable, or we'll find a general who can make it so.
What an idiot! I find myself closer to Sigund now with these fools. Utterly useless. And who is this chromed-up violet soldier ordering a general around? Are you and your friend serious? You won't help our people after everything we've done for Skyrim? I speak truthfully here, General. If this is the way you treat your own people, I'll be more than glad to help Ulfric when this is all over. If we even make it that far.
I have my orders, and that is to safeguard Solitude at all costs. As you heard, the Emperor is expected soon, and with what happened last night, it falls upon me to make sure Solitude is safe. What's happening in the Rift or Morthal is happening everywhere, even with the Stormcloaks. I'm sorry, but my hands are tied.
Even after your men and guards were wiped out in Morthal, we stayed behind to safeguard it. And in doing so, we weren't here to protect Ragni, and we lost some close friends in that. Good people. Minerva is right. Skyrim will be better off without the Imperials here. Even Senturos would be ashamed to wear that flag.
Speaking of which, where is he? I only found out days after his return about his injury, when he was described looking like he was already dead. Then I sent my men to his home, only to find he's no longer there. No warning, no letters, nothing. Where is Prefect Gavianus?
Healing. I sent him to the college. He was cursed by the Reachmen on a word of power hunt. We're trying some experimental magic to help heal him. And before you ask why you weren't notified or why he wasn't seen, it's because he looked like a corpse. Nobody needed to see him like that, and we didn't have time to sort it out with you. I was more worried about having his life saved.
Ever since you people arrived here, all you've done since the moment you stepped foot in here is demand and lie to me. And tell me how you'll join the Stormcloaks. Prefect Tullius, come here. I have something for you to do.
Yes, General? What is it you wish of me? I stand ready for the Empire.
Your orders are to follow these two and their forces into the Rift and help in whatever way you can. Gather a small number of men from what we have in Whiterun. And when you're done, return here.
But General, my place is by your side, protecting you.
I agree. She tried to have Sigund killed on the roads. I don't want her with us. Even more so with Sigund coming. She can stay here and protect you, and we'll take Karsten.
That is my only offer. If you do not like it, you can travel into the Rift on your own. I've read the Draugr are everywhere, so you should enjoy your trip, with or without Imperial escort. Prefect Freewinter will guard me until Prefect Tullius returns. With Prefect Quintilius gone, I need to speak with the next commander of the Dragonborn's forces.
Fine, we'll take her. She'd better be able to fight with only one eye. If she strikes any of us by mistake, we'll add her to the Draugr. Now, let's leave Minerva before you start threatening them the way you threatened me with lightning, or you'll end up in irons. Would have preferred someone we knew and trusted, but in times like this, you take what you can get. Might have to head over to the tavern and think about what we're gonna do. After our little talk with the General, and the Empire being of no use, we went back to the temple to see how Ragni was, and she was still fast asleep. Why can't she wake up? Is it because she doesn't want to? Now that she's lost. Serana? I still can't come to terms with what's happened. I know it's happened, but I still can't believe it. And the Nightingale. They're putting her back together for a burial tomorrow. And I somehow feel like she's still with us. Like she's trying to rile me up or hide my things. I'm going to miss her. To think this all happened 24 hours ago. How everything has changed in the space of a day. Does Cecilia and Senturos know? Where even are they? We have Freya healing. And now the Nightingale and Serana are dead. Things are never going to be the same again. I've taken Minerva to the inn so we can sort something out. Our entire team is gone, and Ragni can't help those people. so it's up to us. Tomorrow we'll have a plan. Hopefully. As soon as we got in here, Minerva started getting into the expensive stuff. That elf is impressive when it comes to her drinking abilities. No sleep, and on the wine. Maybe that's why I like her. More than a match for me. But for now, we need to figure out what we're going to do about our people trapped in the rift.
It still feels so unreal, like nothing has happened. But deep down, I know everything has. I just can't seem to settle with it all. I feel scared. Scared that I'll wake up and it will all be gone. That Ragni will be gone. And there's so much going on. I don't even know where to start. I'm lost.
I know the feeling. I know it. Everyone's gone. It feels like it's just us. Feels like we're the only ones left. And it feels like we failed. Failed Ragni, failed Skyrim, and failed the others. Like the Nightingale. I never even knew her name, or what she looked like. But still, I feel as if I've lost family.
Yes, even though she felt like the untrustworthy sort, I felt safe knowing she was at my back. My educated guess is she was from the guild. That's when she showed up. When it was just Ragni, Sigund, Senturos, and Freya. She was protecting Ragni before any of us. I believe she was the wench walking around the inn. They sounded the same, and whenever the Nightingale vanished, the wench appeared.
Wait, the wench? You're talking about the redhead, aren't you? I couldn't keep my eyes off her, even when you were around. I never knew why, but she felt familiar. So that was the shadow. She was beautiful. I wish I could have gotten to know her better. But then again, I felt like I knew everything I needed to know about her. And that was enough. She came out of the shadows to protect Ragni, and she died doing the same thing.
That she did. I always enjoyed her making fun of you. It was like watching siblings tease each other. And I loved how you always managed to get some of it back. But I'll miss Serana too. She had a beautiful soul for someone who had lived so long. Someone born to darkness. I liked how she was a mage. How a vampire could be so kind and nurturing toward Ragni, even after they had killed her family. I imagined that after all of this, I would take her and Ragni to the college and teach them magic.
I feel guilty for this, but I don't feel any loss for Serana. She was insufferable to be around, never felt like part of the team. She was always over Ragni like she was a pimple, but she did die fighting for her, I guess. And I liked how she made Ragni feel loved. That I'll miss.
Things will never be the same without any of them again. I'll miss what they brought to us. And to Ragni. Oh, wait. You haven't touched a drink. Sorry, I forgot to grab you one. I'll go get you one now. Sorry.
No, you're all right. I'm good. I only drink in moderation. Letting mead accompany bad thoughts has never helped. I've found it's always better to have that for company during good times. You're right. Drink up. After a few more drinks, we got to talking about the rift. I told her that tomorrow I would head off, take only a few and gather more along the way. Then, once in the rift, get our people out. After that, I told her I'd make my way back here. She might be an 80-year-old elf, but even they have their limits. There was a smile on her face, and after the nightmare she just had to suffer. I'm glad to see it. Minerva is a special person. She always sees the best in people. She deserves nothing but the best. I'm going to miss her again, but I'd much rather have her here with Ragni, safe, than whatever I'll be walking into. But I do feel worried not having her magic at my side. By Mara. I think I'm a changed man. But I guess we all have to grow up sometime. Look at her. Sometimes I just enjoy watching her sleep, because normally I'm the first one to pass out when we go to bed. Now I have to go figure something out, decide who I'll be keeping here, and who's coming with. I don't need many. I'd prefer most of Ragni's forces stay here with her. More than enough in case that assassin returns, or somebody else wants to bring her harm.
I'm right behind you.
Can't leave Lyris here. Be like old times. Me and her on the roads, taking heads and watching each other's back. I love Skyrim. I've always felt more Nord than I have Redguard, but I've never liked Skyrim's climate. It's either snowing or raining, but I guess we can't have everything. There'd be no balance, like Minerva says. The only thing I wish we had forever was what we had 2 days ago. Peace of mind. But now, all of that changes. The thing I worried about most was dying and failing everyone, or finishing all of this and having to say goodbye to people I consider family. And I've failed them. I should have stayed with Ragni. I know I might have ended up dead, but maybe if it was me and the Shadow, and even if Minerva were here, we could have guarded Ragni. We could have held back this serpent. Maybe then the Nightingale and Serana would still be alive, and that wedding wouldn't have ended in total bloodshed. It was our job to protect her, and only 2 of us were here, to face off against a vampire like Serana, but one who valued bloodshed far more. I guess I should be thankful that Minerva wasn't there, or even Sigund. I don't know why she wasn't, but I'm happy she's not also dead. Anyway, better go and see Ragni, since he's staying in the temple with Ragni. I had a few words with Ragni about my plan, and he wishes to stay behind, and I'm glad for it. He's old after all, and we have a long journey ahead. He'd be more suited being here beside Ragni. Don't get me wrong, the man can hold his own, but he's better off here than out there. Ragni has always felt comfortable around him, so I'm glad he's staying. Him and Minerva get along too. As for you, Ragni, please wake. None of us can do this without you. I'm sorry for not being here to protect you, and I'm sorry that I have to go. But I leave you in good hands, and I will be back for you. I swear it. Just, please be awake by the time I get back. Okay, I should head back to the inn. Start passing the word around, so by morning, we'll know who's staying and who's following me. Either way, it's up to us to rescue our people. If these Draugr attacks are happening all over Skyrim, we can't rely on the Empire or the rebels. And even more so if there are people fighting with the Draugr. Things are about to get far worse than they already are. Who knows? This might get me killed. Then I don't have to worry about all of this. Might take those lovely spiteful ladies with me. Well, they hate men, so it's doubtful. At least they'll protect Minerva. Gives me a chuckle to think about how the priests are reacting to those Daedra in their temple. It was a new day, and the rains had stopped. All those who were willing to follow me were waiting. Everyone else would stay behind to protect the Dragonborn. I had gotten our one-eyed Imperial. I shall call her Pirate. Yes, that will fit properly. Maybe when we're done here, she might have a wooden leg to finish it off. What the? Where are they going? Thought they were guarding the Dragonborn? Thought that was their whole reason for being here. Well, Minerva disagrees. But the last thing I want to do is argue with Minerva and her opinions, or those 2 giants. Well, we'd better get started. We'll be walking to the other side of Skyrim, and from what we know, it's going to be thick with Draugr. Just the way I'm going to like it. It'll get my mind off all of this when I'm killing things. Well, looks like it's back to the meat grinder, my home away from home, where it's a fight for life. Minerva? What's she doing? I left her sleeping. She consumed enough wine last night to wake all of Solitude with a hangover. This elf is a weapon. Let's see what she wants before I'm off. Hopefully it's another one of those surprise kisses. I really liked that. Might make the walk in this armor a little uncomfortable for a short time. Well, I'm off. Can I expect a taste of those lips before I leave? Could be the last time, you know. This might be the thing that finally kills me after all.
Poofed! In your dreams. I'll be coming with you. That's why I'm here.
Thank the gods. This is going to be so much fun. You'll make the roads more entertaining, Minerva. Welcome aboard. It'll be like old times. Our steel and your magic.
You're meant to be on my side, Titanborn. Traveling with women, bane of my existence.
I broke her out of jail first, so she's on my side. Anyway, enough lollygagging. We should get moving.
Wait. No. You're needed here. For Ragni. We talked about this last night. I said I would go, and you would stay.
Yes, you said. Not me. And I was drunk. Still might be. But I am coming. There's nothing more I can do for Ragni. She's physically well. Whatever is happening to her, I can't fix it. So I'm better off with you, saving our people.
Fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I know better. And having you with me will be nice. It'll make us all feel a little safer with your magic. Sigund and Ragni will take care of Ragni. Let's hope she wakes soon. I saw your tall Daedra ladies leaving the temple. Are they coming with us? Where are they?
No. They told me their lord had a quest for them, to save an old friend. So they won't be coming with us.
Okay. Let's get a move on. Our people have been left without support for 3 days now, and it's going to take us a few more days to get there. So let's get moving. Hopefully we'll be back soon, and Ragni will be awake. Then we can deal with that problem when it's there. For now, let's deal with the current one. There's only a few of us, but we'll gather more of our own in Whiterun. I sent a courier to get word to any of ours who are free to meet us there. I'm told the roads are dangerous and filled with Draugr. But when have they ever been safe? It's just another day in Skyrim.
Well, here we are again, back with Ragni's story. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Probably a pretty quick one to make. It's good to be back to the main characters and all that sort of stuff. I thought I would take lead with Tonraq because I've underutilised him a lot. I mean, it's essentially been around the bloke to have a laugh, a joke, and kill things, you know. And I like that. It keeps him very simple. It keeps him very grounded. And that's good. And this isn't just his start. There will be an entire adventure with him and Minerva. Hopefully. I don't know how many episodes that will do. I don't know. They're all ideas until I'm doing it. But, yeah, we get back to Ragni. We get back to the events of things. And, you know, do you not really have time to settle down and think about things when the shit hits the fan? It's that shit spreading all over the room. And poor Tonraq and Minerva have to deal with a bit of that from the previous episode with Majel the Lioness. And that's where they're heading. There's so much going on in this story, and I'll get to that in the sort of background videos that I normally do, coming up after this. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, dislike it. If you've got any thoughts, anything like that, let me know in the comments. It's always good to hear back from people. And other than that, I'm going to leave you guys to have a bloody awesome day, and I'll catch you in another video. Look after yourselves.